what happened? That's another challenge. There's another challenge right there. I was do at least one pull up every day. So on Monday, what I do is just listen to Bible verses, dig into my Bible. One thing that I did when I woke up this morning is I got into the mix. Read the whole chapter. Matt, is it Matt? Is it Luke 22? That's a pretty long chapter, but I read the whole synopsis of the whole thing. That's a good chapter as well too. I'm telling you, man, all parts of that was a good chapter. All parts of it was a good chapter. I mean, every chapter in there is a good chapter when it's in that season. But when I went to work, I immediately got on my one thing, which is my 411. Did I pull it out? Bang! I didn't even pull it out, but I got on it, which was first thing I do is print out my active call list. Go ahead and go down there, making calls and contacts and stuff like that. I think I put in enough of that, but I'm still hopscotching over some of the bigger accounts. I'm gonna have to address that. I'm gonna have to go for some big no's. See, going for no, now it's time to strengthen it and go for more no's, and then bigger no's, and then exponential no's. So that's what I did today. I went for some no's. Came up on a couple of challenges, and my mind was running muck, and then I have to bring that I thought some deals was gonna go a little sideways. It wasn't panning out the way I thought they was gonna pan out. And then what I did is called upon some affirmations that my wife says over me every day. The Lord will bless me and cause no sorrow to come with it. With no sorrow coming with it. Under grace in a perfect way. So I said that, right? And then I also there's no loss in divine mind. There's no debt in divine mind. Because that's the only reason that fear kind of come up. Because I had a client call me and was very upset about something that she thought was wrong, and I thought, oh man, ain't nothing we can do. I mean, there's nothing we can do. So what can I do? I can't go around the world and try to figure out, ask everybody, is there any way that the manufacturer can solve this problem for? And it wasn't. And she came out to it, hey, look, I need to go ahead and pop and lock. Can they get it off? How much is it going to cost me? Gave her two great options. Now, in my mind, I was prepared to pay for half of one of the lesser options because it was less than what I thought. See, that's the thing. See, as I was going through it, the first thing that popped in my mind is that I was going to have to pay for it. But I had to kind of wrangle that thought in. All these years, it was it was as if I was using my money, but I'm not using my money. I don't have to pay for it. The only reason I was thinking that I had to pay for it because I was taking everything personally. That if I didn't pay for it, then they weren't gonna like me. Now I'm coming to the realization that I don't have to pay for everything. Sometimes people just want to hear the facts. So I didn't drag my feet. Kind of drug my feet a little bit. But she called and said, look, I need an answer pretty quick. Great, I get you an answer in a few minutes. I'm headed up to the last step of my process. Here are the numbers. But that ain't right, blah, blah, blah. I said, I can give you a number to the hotline. Hey, it happened to me. It happened to a few other people, but it's not enough. I mean, sometimes it happens. You know, sometimes we're going to have to pay for stuff that we think we shouldn't have to pay for. We could dwell on the injustice, or we can just flip the script, put that behind us, can't do nothing about it, pay it, go to the next level. Grant once said, the great Grant said, you can't really save your way to riches. You just got to make your way to riches. You got to continue to move forward, continue, because it says it in the Bible, he who gives away increases, but he who hoards more than what is needed decreases. It's always got to be a flow of giving and receiving, Giving, receiving. Giving, receiving. Interesting. So what came first? The giving or the receiving? You already know what came first. The giving came first. The Lord loved us so much, He gave to us first. So we first receive from Him. And then we now give into the earth and receive. See what I'm saying? We're supposed to be receiving from Him, giving to the earth. Receiving from Him, giving to the earth. Because I was trying to phase back to the very, very beginning. The first, was it the giving or the receiving? When I was small, did I give first or did I receive first? I received first. I received the breath of life. I didn't have to do that. Came from God. But in the earth, I give first. And the devil took that and perverted that I should receive first. Concentrate on receiving. Give out less so you can receive more. Because that source there, receiving and giving, that's the world's way. And it holds us up. It keeps us away from the big major blessings. Keeps our mind tied up. I'm telling you, I'm trying to get over to the realm where I know that the Lord is my source. I'm convincing myself. I'm cranking up my sermons. My wife came in, we did communion tonight. Then my wife came in back. I said, you know what? We don't get enough of that. That the Lord is our source in our system. She said, I don't know what you're talking about. I've been all on that thing. So she rushed out and grabbed the video of Joel Osteen, played it. It was wonderful. It was wonderful, convincing us that we need to watch more and more videos of that the Lord is our source. Because if we truly believe that, I ran into another part of me, another co-worker, and I saw that his countenance was down. It's sad, man. What's going on? This dog's gonna give him a big, huge lecture and stuff. Like, say, man, look, I'm just trying to keep my mouth shut. I'm not saying nothing to nobody. See, I already know what that means. Something wrong with his job. They ain't paying him enough. They ain't giving him enough time off, or they working him too hard. Or some at home, it's always a lack of competition right there. So I share with him what we're supposed to be doing, and that is helping others. But first, we got to dig into the Bible. We got to convince ourselves that the Lord is our source. And the more we convince ourselves that the Lord is our source, the more will come to us. And we know about it, but we ain't about it. You know? We know about it, but we ain't about it. So I talked to him a little bit, showed him what I was on, what the journey I was on, is just trying to convince myself, watching more and more, getting immersed, listening more, talking less. I'm talking to y'all, so I can vent this out here. This gonna be the chronicles. 10 years from now, this gonna be chronicles, show you where I am. But I know that I'm getting 1% better. Now I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow because it's One Thing Tuesdays. But I did want to go over that point. I did talk to him, and then we came and did the communion, and my wife came in, on the back heels of that. And I was like, man, that is perfect. That means that we starting to synchronize. We starting to get this thing together. I'm happy. I'm happy. Tomorrow I'm gonna spend it here with my family. My whole family gonna be here because it's supposed to be storming. I like when it storms. My daughter ain't gonna come until later on, but I just like being at home when it rains. Remind me when my kids were small and it used to rain. I used to pile all of them on my lap, and we used to go out and sit on the porch and let it rain till it slowed down enough, and then they get to go out there and stomp in the puddles. I remember that. We getting back to that. So if you ain't stomping in the puddles lately, go stomp in some. They're just shoes, they'll dry up, right? It's just water, right? Peace out.